Hi, welcome to this lesson. Before we start, do subscribe to my channel. We are going to solve Cambridge GCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended, Variant 4-1, October-November 2019, question number 5 onwards. So question number 5, we have been given a triangle and it's a triangular field ABC on a horizontal ground. Olav runs from A to B at a constant speed of 4 meters per second. And from B to C at a constant speed of 3 meters per second. His average speed for the whole journey is 3.6 meters per second. Calculate his speed when he runs from C to A. So to find the speed, you need to know this formula for the distance, speed and time. Distance, speed and time, because that's what we'll be using. We will divide this into two parts. First, let's find out the time taken for each one. Okay. So from A to B, the time is going to be distance over speed, right? Our distance is 120 and the speed is 4. So we are taking 30 seconds here. From B to C, distance is 180 and time is 3. Therefore, not time, sorry, speed is 3. Therefore, 60 seconds. We don't know the time taken by AC. But we do know that the total speed is 3.6 meters per second. And speed is equal to distance over time taken. If you want to find the time for the total journey, we will write time is equal to distance over speed. Distance is our total distance, 150 plus 120 plus 180 over the speed, which is 3.6. We will get 125. That's the total time taken from point A, B, C and back to A. We already have the time for AB and BC. To find AC, we are going to subtract from 125, 30 plus 60, the time taken for AB and BC, and that will give us 35 seconds. So the time taken is 35 seconds. We got the distance, we have the time. To find the speed, distance over time taken, distance is 150, time is 35 seconds. Therefore, 150 divided by 35 is 4.285. We can round it to 2 decimals, which will give, or 1 decimal is fine, 4.3 meter per second. A long question. I hope you have understood it. Part B of the question. Use the cosine rule to find angle BAC. BAC, this is the angle we are looking at, and the cosine rule is B square plus C square minus A square divided by 2BC. The only thing you need to remember is if you want to find angle A, then this side opposite will come after the minus sign, that is your A. So let's write down cos A is equal to 150 square plus 120 square minus 180 square over 2 times 150 into 120. The whole thing you can just write cos inverse 150 square plus 120 square minus 180 square over 2 multiplied by 150 into 120 to get the angle A. We will get angle A is equal to 82.81 rounded to 1 decimal place So angle BAC is 82.8. Part C of the question. The bearing of C from A is 210. Find the bearing of B from A. So we are looking at this angle here. And we have been given the information that this is C. The bearing of C from A is 210. This whole thing is 210. If you want to find this only A part, you're going to subtract from 210 82.8. That will give you 127.2. So the answer is 127.2. Next part of the question, find the bearing of A from B. This is a 2-mark question. It's actually very easy. When you have the inside bearing, so you have 127.2 and you want to find the bearing of A from B, you need to find the reflex angle here. So we just add to 127.2 whatever is our inner angle, 180, and that will give us 307.2. Next, D is the point on AC that is nearest to B. Calculate the distance from D to A. So this is the shortest distance. The shortest distance is perpendicular and D is here. Perpendicular means it's a 90 degrees. This is a 90 degrees. Because it is a 90 degrees, we can use trigonometry. Let's just draw the triangle here. This is D, this is A. This is 90 degrees. This is your hypotenuse, which is 120, and angle A, which is 82.8. And you want to find 80. What do we have? We have the opposite. No, sorry. We have the hypotenuse. And we need to find the adjacent. This is the adjacent, so we are going to use the cos rule. Cos A is equal to adjacent, which is 80, over hypotenuse, which is 120. Cos 82.8 bracket multiplied by 120 will give us 80. And we will get 15.03. You can write it as a whole number, which is 15 meters. So 80 is 15. Question number 6. We have a cumulative frequency diagram here. It gives us information about the time taken by 200 students to solve a problem. These are the students and this is the time taken. The first part of the question, find an estimate for the median. To find the median, we take the frequency and divide it by 2. This will give us the cumulative frequency position. So the frequency is 200 divided by 200. 100 is here. And now we have to find the corresponding time taken. The time is here. If you draw the line, you will find it's here. It's 34. So the median is 34 minutes. Next, the interquartile range. To find the interquartile range, we need to find the upper quartile and the lower quartile. Upper quartile, we can find first the position of the cumulative frequency by 3/4 of the total frequency, which will give us 150. 150 is somewhere here. If we draw a line, you can see the corresponding time is 43 minutes. Now for the lower quartile, we take 1/4 of the total. Again, that will give us the cumulative frequency. That is 50. Now the position of the corresponding value of time is 25. Interquartile range is upper quartile minus lower quartile. So 43 minus 25 will give us 18. These questions are really very common. You need to do a few questions so that you get the hang of it. For part 3, we have to find the number of students who took more than 40 minutes. 40 minutes is here. Now let's draw the line. So this is the line we drew from 40 minutes, and the corresponding cumulative frequency value is 140. So these many students, they took more than 40 minutes to solve a problem. So how many students are there? 200 minus 140, that is 60 students. Part B, Roberto records the value of each of the coins he has at home. The table shows the results. Find the range. To find the range, we subtract from the highest value the lowest value. So 50 minus 1 is your range, which will give you 49 cents. The next part, find the mode. Mode is the most repeated value. So 4 is the most repeated number for the value 20. Therefore, the range mode is 20 cents. Find the median. To find the median, let's add these numbers into and make it into a cumulative frequency table. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 4, 13. And 13 plus 2, 15. To find the median, we divide our frequency the same way we did before by 2. You will get 7.5. This is the value of the cumulative frequency. In which box is it? Cumulative frequency is 7 till here, and more than 7 till 9 is in this box. So what is the value? 10. The median is 10. Part 4. Work out the total value of Roberto's coins. So these are the coins that he has, and the frequency has been given to us. To find out the total value, we are going to multiply and write the answer on the top. 1 multiplied by 3, 3 plus 2 multiplied by 1, 5 multiplied by 3 is 15, 10 multiplied by 2, 20, 20 multiplied by 4, 80, and 50 multiplied by 2 is 100. When you add all of this, you will get 220. So the total value of the coins is 220. Find the mean. To find the mean, we use the formula. We add all the frequencies that we have, multiplied by the value, and divide by the frequency. This is the formula. F of x is x is the midpoint and f is the frequency. We multiply them and we add them. We already got that answer, and divide by n. N is the total frequency. Total frequency also we found, it is 15. When you add all of these numbers together, you will get 15. Therefore, the mean is equal to 220 divided by 15. And we will get 14.66. We can round it to, and there's a 6 here also, so 2 decimal place, 14.67. Question number C. The histogram shows information about the masses of 100 boxes. This is the frequency density, this is the mass. Calculate an estimate of the mean. This is a 6-mark question. To find the mean, we are going to use the same formula. The sum of the frequency multiplied by the midpoint of the class width divided by the total frequency. But we do not have the frequency. Therefore, we need to use another formula. If the frequency density is given to us and we want to find the frequency, we use this formula. frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width. So if you want to find the frequency, you have to multiply the frequency density with the class width. So that's what we are going to do for each bar. What is your class width here? 10. And the frequency density is 3. So 10 multiplied by 3, 30. That's your frequency. For the next bar, your class width is 5 and your frequency density is 8. So the frequency is 40. And for the other one, your class width is 15. 30 minus 15 is 15. And your frequency density is 2. So 30. Therefore, the total frequency is 30 plus 40 plus 30. So total frequency is 30 plus 40 plus 30, which is 100. We have found the total frequency. Now we have to find the frequency multiplied by the midpoint of the class width. What is the midpoint of this bar? To find the midpoint, you add the two values, so 0 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 5. That's the same way you're going to do for each one. 10 plus 15 divided by 2 is 12.5, and 15 plus 30 divided by 2 will give us 22.5. Now to find the mean, we have to write the frequency divided by the class width. So in the first bar, 30 multiplied by 5. Second bar, frequency is 40 multiplied by the midpoint of the class width, which is 12.5. And the last one is 30 multiplied by 22.5 divided by your total frequency, which is 100. And the answer is 13.25. Question number 7. Oranges cost 21 cents each. Alex buys X oranges and Bobby buys X plus 2 oranges. The total cost of these oranges is $4.20. Find the value of X. So let's make an equation. Alex buys X oranges and the cost is 21. So 21 multiplied by X. And Bobby buys X plus 2 oranges. The cost is still 21 cents. X plus 2 is equal to $4.20. Because we are using cents, we have to convert the dollars into cents by multiplying by 100. That will give us 420 cents. Now we'll expand the bracket and we'll solve for X. 42X is equal to 420 minus 42. That will give us 42X is equal to 378. Divide 378 by 42 and you will get 9. So the value of X is 9. Part B. The cost of one ruler is R cents. The cost of one protector is P cents. The total cost of 5 rulers and one protector is 245 cents. Let's make an equation. So ruler is R and protector is P. So 5R plus 1P is equal to 245 cents. And the next part, the total cost of 2 rulers and 3 protectors is 215. So 2 rulers plus 3 protectors is 215 cents. You can see this is a simultaneous equation. You can either solve it by elimination or substitution method. I'm showing the elimination method. I want to cancel P. So the numbers before P are not the same. This is 3 and this is 1. To make it same, I'll multiply by 3. That will give us 5 times 3, 15R, plus 3p, and 245 multiplied by 3, which is 735 cents. So this is our equation 1, and the second equation is 2r plus 3p is equal to 215. Now we'll subtract. When we subtract, we change the signs. So 15 minus 2 will give us 13r, and this will get cancelled. 3 minus 3 is 0, leaving us with 525. Sorry, 520. And to find r, we are going to divide 520 by 13. And we will get 40. So r is 40. Now to find p, substitute r is equal to 40 in any equation you want. I'm substituting it in 1. So 15r plus 3p is equal to 735. I can substitute in this one, or I can substitute in this one. The top one is more easier, so we will substitute in that. 5r plus p is equal to 245. If you want to find p, you will move the 5r to the other side. It will become negative 5r. Replace the r with 40, and you will get the answer 45. So p is 45 and r is 40. Carol walks 12 km at x km per hour, then a further 6 km at x minus 1 km per hour. The total time taken is 5 hours. Write an equation in terms of x and show that it simplifies to 5x squared minus 23x plus 12 is equal to 0. We have been given the distance and the speed. So how do you find the time? Distance over speed is given to us. Time is equal to distance over speed. So what is the distance? 12 kilometers, and the speed is x kilometer per hour. And the other one is 6 over x minus 1. And the total time is 5. It's an algebraic fraction, so you need to have a common denominator. Multiply by x minus 1 here and in the denominator, and multiply this equation by x. Now that it has a common denominator, we can write it as a single fraction. X and x minus 1 is equal to 5. We'll write down the numerator now. 12 multiplied by x is 12x, 12 minus 1, 12, negative 12, and 6x. 12 plus 6x will give us 18x minus 12 is equal to 5. Cross multiply this here, multiply by x and x minus 1. Therefore 8x minus 12 is equal to 5x multiplied by x is 5x squared, and 5x multiplied by negative 1 is negative 5x. Bring everything on one side, the signs will change. The plus 18x will be negative 18x, and the negative 12 will be positive 12. 5x squared, negative 5 and negative 18 will give us negative 23x plus 12 is equal to 0. So we have finished showing that it simplifies to what they want us to show. We have to factorize 5x squared minus 23x plus 12. You can use the calculator to solve it if you know how to use the calculator. In the comment section, if you mention which calculator you have, I will show it to you according to your calculator. But otherwise, when we are solving, we multiply a with c. A is the coefficient of x squared and c is the number without x. That will give us a multiplied by 6 will 5 multiplied by 12 will give us 60, and we write down b. B is the number before x, which is negative 23. You need to find the factors of 60 When you add, that will give you negative 23. So 1 multiplied by 60, 2 multiplied by 30. Keep looking what will give you 23. 3 multiplied by 20. Okay, we got our numbers. When you have negative 3 multiplied by negative 20, you will get positive 60. And when you add them, you're going to get negative 23. So when you're factorizing, the first and the last, you write the numbers like this. And then in place of negative 23x, we are going to write this here. Negative 3x and negative 20x. When you add this, you get the same thing, negative 23x. After this step, break it into two parts. What is common here? X. So what are you left with? 5x minus 3. And then you write the same thing here, 5x minus 3. This bracket and this bracket must be the same. Divide negative 20 by 5. You will get negative 4. Put that negative 4 out here. So what are the factors? The numbers which are, or the terms which are out, we join them together. X minus 4. And the repeated bracket, we write it one time. 5x minus 3. Next part, solve the equation 5x squared minus 23x plus 12 is equal to 0. We have already factorized it. So this is equal to x minus 4, 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 4 is equal to 0, which will give us 4. And the other one is 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Make 3 your subject. Move the 3 to the other side. You have to make x the subject. And divide 3 by 5. So x is equal to 4 or 3 over 5. Next part. Write down Carol's walking speed during the final 6 kilometers. Carol's speed from the question is, during the final 6 kilometers is x minus 1. So you have two x's. Which x should you choose? If you choose 3 over 5, you will get a negative answer. And the speed cannot be negative. That's why we use 4. So in place of x, we'll substitute 4. 4 minus 1, 3. And that is the speed, 3 kilometers per hour. This brings us to the end of this lesson. For question number 8 onwards, kindly watch the third part. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it with your friends so that it will benefit them. If you want me to solve any particular exam paper, do mention in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you out.